Welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I'm Ronique, and I appreciate you joining me here on my YouTube channel. Every lunation cycle, you and I get together and we discuss what is going on up in the heavens, because as they say, as above, so below. So everything that is affecting us up in the heavens, or everything that's going on in the heavens, is affecting us here on earth. So thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't liked, subscribed, or commented, please feel free to. I would love if you would share this content with others that you feel like this would be helpful for. What I like to tell people is that tarot reading and astrology is very fluid with our everyday energy. So I kind of look at it like a weather forecast. You know, you take a look at what the weather is going to be tomorrow to see if you're going to need to wear shorts or a coat. And I feel like it's the same thing with the astrology, and I pull some tarot cards. So thank you so much for having me. So today we are going to actually get right into it. We are going to talk about the full moon in Virgo that occurs on March 18th, 2022 at 3:17 a.m. and that's Eastern Standard Time. And the sun is sitting here in Pisces at 27 degrees and 40 minutes. And then directly across the sky sits the moon in Virgo, also at 27 degrees and 40 minutes. And this is a really welcomed energy, you all, because we have been going through quite a bit of heavy energy since we've had a lot of retrogrades and just different heavier energy when we opened up 2022. And so this is a really welcomed energy, the sun and moon in Pisces and Virgo, because they're both very nurturing signs. Pisces, of course, is that energy of endings, but endings like things that are no longer serving you, helping you get ready for that next astrological sign of Aries. It's like the ending of a season and making sure that you purge whatever is not needed anymore. While Virgo is this energy of nurturing, it's also like taking care of yourself. But Virgo is also very task oriented. So it's a good time to make goals, figure out a plan of how you're going to execute things. But you might find kind of a tug of war between the sun and the moon at this time, because also the sun in Pisces likes to be a little more laid back and dreamy, while the moon in Virgo wants to be task oriented and get things done, because Virgo is an earth sign. So tactile things in your everyday that you are trying to accomplish, whether it's at your work, whether it's, new eating habits, a new health routine, maybe you're trying to get more organized. The moon in Virgo might have a little struggles with the sun in Pisces, but overall, this is a very positive energy. Another thing I wanted to let you know is there is a grand earth trine occurring between the North Node in Taurus, the moon in Virgo, and the Pluto in Capricorn. So this triangle in the sky is very advantageous for us, focusing on growth around a routine that we're ready to really get started, or to maybe hone in on that. Maybe you started, a new way or new exercise or a new way of trying to feel better about yourself at the beginning of the year. If you're now kind of like, I'm not really worried about that routine anymore, this might be a really healthy trine, because the earth trines happen with your physical world. So anything that you've been trying to manifest or really get some traction on, this grand earth trine could be very beneficial. So that's really nice. And lastly, what I'm going to say is Neptune and the sun had been conjunct for 4 days before this full moon. So this kind of dreamy energy, you can see we have a lot of planets. We have Jupiter, Neptune, the sun, and Mercury all in that Piscean energy. So just be aware of the Pisces energy of maybe wanting to take a break from things and be more creative and honing in on creativity around your job, around how you do things, as opposed to being so task oriented that we were seeing more in that Capricornian energy earlier in the year. Some of that might creep in with Virgo, but the thing about Virgo is like she wants to make a plan. She wants you to like think through what you want to do, then try to like have actionable steps that are going to be in a nurturing way, while Capricorn is more like, okay, you just need to get this done. However you need to do it, you need to do it. So it's kind of nice to be out of that energy. But also up here in Aquarius, you can see that Saturn, Mars, and Venus are in Aquarius. So we're still having much of that energy around what do you individually want to do, and then what do you want to accomplish maybe as a whole, like with your community or with your people at work or with your friends. So there still is very much of this communicative energy of Aquarius hanging out as well. Okay, you all, so that is kind of like the energies we are working with that full moon in Virgo. We're going to pull some tarot cards for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So look in the description box below. I would like you to look at your sun, moon, and rising sign. And then if you have any planets that are around that Virgo or Pisces 27 degrees 40 minutes in any of your other planet locations, make sure you look at those as well. And we're gonna look at this full moon in Virgo moonology card, because I think this is really important. It says you are good enough, and I like how it's really simple, but at the same time it's kind of complex, because if you think about rating your own self on how you feel about the world, how you feel about, how you approach the world, how you're trying to make plans for the tasks that you need to do during the Virgo season, make sure you remember that you are good enough, so that you're not always trying to accomplish a long list of things that you'll never finish, as opposed to that like Capricornian energy that I was saying, where it's just like a taskmaster, like gotta do it. Virgo wants you to like take the time, relax into what you need to do, but make a plan that's like nurturing for yourself. You know what I mean? It's a more healing energy, and it really wants you to relax into being comfortable with where you are in life. And so I think that's really important when we get to that Virgo energy. So as we're going through these signs, I want you to just take a look at where you feel like, you're maybe being too hard on yourself, or maybe you haven't been hard enough on yourself. Like maybe you've been too lackadaisical. You've been too into that Piscean dreamy creative energy, and now maybe it is time to like make a plan and get something done. So I will see you back in your sign. We will start off with Virgo, and then we will do all 12 signs. Okay, I'll see you back at your sign. Hi Virgo, welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope you all are doing well. For those of you Virgos who have been, having some challenges, maybe starting a task or getting things done or just staying on track, I think that this full moon in Virgo is going to show some enlightening parts of your life that could help you out. Okay, so we're going to do a past, present, and future spread here, just to see how these full moon energies are playing out for you. So in the past, we have the Page of Wands. So possibly some kind of messages have come through about an endeavor you've been working on. The Seven of Cups. So you possibly have had some kind of options, or maybe you are being asked at this full moon in Virgo to make a decision that you might be having some challenges with. And in the future, very nice. You have the 17 major arcana, the Star card. So this is really nice energy, Virgo, because it looks like at this full moon, you're really honing in on, in the past, maybe you have been presented with some type of information. Maybe you're trying to get a project launched kicking off something that you are really fired up about in the past with that wand energy, that fire energy. I just heard a message that I think in the Aries season, when we come up in a few weeks, pay attention to any kind of messages from the past that may come up, because wands is that fire energy. Aries starts off the new astrological season. So don't be surprised if you have some type of messages that come up regarding maybe an endeavor that maybe you didn't get started or you would like to, or maybe you did get started but you just need a little more direction. And I'm also saying that because this Seven of Cups in the present is almost saying there might be some type of emotional baggage from the past that comes up, or you just might be presented with almost too many options that you're just having problems making a decision. But I can tell you that it's going to all work out because you see the Star card in the future. So it's almost like when you get to that Aries season, like I said, from the past, that Page of Wands, this Star card is like you have everything you need to make really sound decisions. You're using that Aquarian energy to kind of like focus on yourself, but also like how you can be like a humanitarian to those around you. So this to me, Virgo, looks like you're really like, you're going through a process, right? Through this Piscean sun and the Virgo moon, you're going through this process of figuring out how can you hone in on some type of messages to be able to make clear decisions and then being able to carry it out in the future. And that's what you want to see. You want to see a progression. It doesn't look like you're going backwards. It looks like you're really doing a great job of keeping things moving. So I think this is going to be a really positive full moon for you all, Virgo. So I wish you a happy full moon in Virgo, and I'll talk to you all later. Hi Libra, welcome to your full moon in Virgo video. I hope you all are doing well. This has been an interesting first 3 months of the year for everyone. Ooh, you just had a card fly out. Look at that. 8 of Wands. As I was saying, this has been an interesting time of year. I'm sure you all have had a lot of messages flying around for you. Let's see what's going on, Libra, with you all during this full moon. We're going to do a past, present, and future spread just to see how these energies play out for you and your sign. I was telling Virgo right before you all that we're going to probably see a lot of wand energy, because as we come into Aries season, which is the beginning of the astrological new year, that's a lot of fire energy and getting things going. So with you all having that 8 of Wands fly out, don't be surprised, Libra, if a lot of information comes to you over these next 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, in the past, you have the World card, Major Arcana, so you are wrapping up some type of theme. Makes sense with that Piscean sun. You have the Justice card in reverse, so possibly you've been waiting for some type of verdict or someone to come back to you with some type of information. And you have the King of Pentacles in reverse in the future. So Libra, it definitely looks like you're trying to clear up something from the past that has been, outlived its welcome, meaning like you are done with it, you've learned from it. It could have something to do with all of these messages and information that's been coming through. You've been very busy over these last 2 or 3 months with that World card. And the energy to me is that you've possibly been waiting on some type of information about your money. This could be you asking for a bonus or a salary change, or possibly something at work dealing with your money, your finances. To me, it looks like you're asking for something, and maybe you're feeling like work is either unjust, or people around you haven't been treated fairly, and you're like still waiting on an answer, or you're still waiting for some money to come through, possibly this is something that you went to court about, or something that there's a verdict that you're still waiting on. I think it is positive that you're getting this King of Pentacles, because it seems like you're going to be coming into some type of financial maybe bonus, or possibly someone will come to you with money information, but I just think it's going to take a little longer than you want with these both in reverse. But I do feel like, Libra, like this is a really good time for you all, because I think that with that World card, there's this symbolism of like, you need to start anew and maybe not focus so much about the past, and don't worry about how this plays out, because it will play out, but more information is going to be coming. Okay, so with that Eight of Wands, just be patient, work through what it is you can now. And I would say take your time in making decisions, because Eight of Wands can also be like a rush of information coming in and you don't have enough time to really focus on it. And this information could be what you were looking for with that King of Pentacles and that Justice card in reverse. Okay, Libra, I hope you all have a great full moon in Virgo, and I'll talk to you all later. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope you all are doing well. We are going to pull a past, present, and future spread for you Scorpio and see how this energy is going to play out for you. Oh goodness, that was a lot of cards. The High Priestess, the Empress, and the Nine of Wands all flew out. Now they didn't land on the table, which is kind of like my own way that I take the cards. So I like to just look at them though and see what energies those possess. With that High Priestess and that Empress, it's almost like there's something we're either trying to birth into creation, or possibly we're going to have some kind of intuitive insight over some theme in our life. So I think that's very interesting. So let's see what's happening for our Scorpions. All right, Scorpio, so in the past, we have the 10 of Swords in the reverse position. So some kind of ending cycle needs to take place, or maybe already took place. The 7 of Cups in reverse. And actually, Libra just got the same card in the same position. So if you have any Libra placements, I invite you to look at their reading as well. And the Star card. And you know who just got the Star card was Virgo. So there's definitely some type of links between you, Virgo, and Libra. So take a look at their readings as well. So everything is in reverse, Scorpio. So anytime all the cards are in reverse, it tends to me to mean like there's some type of angst or impatience, that you don't feel like things are happening soon enough. With this 10 of Swords, there is this feeling like you're done with a cycle mentally and you don't need to keep thinking about it anymore. I think that this 7 of Cups is almost like you had some kind of decision, or you're going to have a decision that you need to make, but you don't need to worry about it because it's like done. Meaning like, it's almost like the universe is giving you this nod to, you don't have to figure it all out because it's already done. It's already completed. And with it in reverse, it's almost like you don't have to worry about all the decisions anymore. Like it's all going to come to fruition when it's time, and you don't have to rush when that's going to come. And I say that because anytime you get the Star card in the future, it means you're going to have all the answers at some point. Like I said, with it in reverse, it just might be a patience waiting game, but it's not necessarily like it's not going to come. To me, the Star card is like you have all the answers you need. And also the Star card represents Aquarius. So this might be you working with yourself to then go help others, or there's some kind of like community, there's like a bond here to me where you're like figuring things out amongst yourself and realizing, okay, you know what? That's in the past. I don't even need to worry about it anymore. With the Star card in the future, I know it's going to come when I need it to come. I don't even need to worry. So even though all your cards are in reverse, Scorpio, there is like this positive flow from like the past of like squashing something that you're mentally done with, to like whatever you were thinking about, whether this was like a job or someone proposing too many options for you. You now feel confident in the decisions that you made, and you don't have to worry about this anymore, because the Star card is symbolizing like, you got this. Just be patient. Everything's going to work out in divine timing. Okay, Scorpio, I hope you all have a good full moon in Virgo. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. Oops, just had a card fly out. You have the 9 of Swords in reverse. So possibly something has been keeping you up at night, but I'm glad to see that it's in the reverse. So hopefully those worries are no longer. So we are going to pull a past, present, and future spread for you, Sag, and see how this full moon in Virgo energy is playing out for you all. Your cards felt like they needed a little extra shuffling there. Okay, Sag, so let's take a look. So in the past, you had the Ace of Cups. That's really nice energy. Some type of blessing of emotional support has been given to you. In the present, you have the 3 of Swords in reverse. Possibly something dealing with this 9 of Swords, where maybe you've been worrying about something. There's been some type of energy keeping you up at night. Nice to see this in reverse, though. That usually symbolizes some kind of healing. And with that emotional support from the Ace of Cups, that's a really nice energy. And in the future, you have the Strength card, number 8, Major Arcana for the future. So I think, Sagittarius, you all have a really straightforward reading here, because you can tell since that 9 of Swords just flew out, there is this energy of where whatever you've been worrying about, whatever's been keeping you up at night from a mental standpoint, you don't need to worry about it anymore. And I say that because this Ace of Cups is giving you some kind of emotional reprieve. Like, you're no longer having to like worry about how things are going to happen, or what the next move is, because you have this 3 of Swords here, almost like showing you that even though maybe you were heartbroken or you did have some kind of devastation, the Ace of Cups is here to say, we're going to offer you some type of emotional support, whether it's people in your life, opportunities that just show up out of the blue. Like, you're no longer going to need to worry like that 9 of Swords. And I also feel like there's this positive energy because you have the Strength card. And the Strength card is the symbolizing you being able to understand that there's ebb and flows of life. It's not always going to be like positive, but at the same time, there's like these, there's the ability for you to like practice restraint when needed and be positive when needed. So I think that the Strength card in the future, even though it's in reverse, to me, it's just symbolizing like patience is going to be needed, just like the Strength card. Like, you're going to have to like take your time through this period, but there definitely is like some emotional healing that still needs to be done. And I feel like the Strength card is telling you like, take your time. You don't have to rush this. You got all of the blessings from the universe coming on in. Just be patient. So Sag, I think that this is a really good reading. I would tell you all to take a look at Scorpio's reading as well, because I feel like there's some common themes with the patience game, having to wait. And I think that makes a lot of sense also as we're going through this Virgo energy, because remember that card I read to you all at the beginning that was kind of like, let me find it. So remember that full moon in Virgo, you are good enough. To me, it's like that theme with you all, like, take your time. You're going to be good. You just have to be patient with yourself and just let time heal all wounds. Okay, Sagittarius, I hope you all have a great full moon in Virgo. Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope that you all have had a chance to look at your March 2022 month ahead videos. If not, take a look in the playlist on Scorpio Soul Time. That will give you some more insight as well. Okay, Capricorn, so let's see what we're looking like with a past, present, and future spread. Okay, Capricorn, so in the past, you have the Two of Wands in reverse. In the present, you have the Judgment card in reverse, Major Arcana number 20. And you have the Devil card in reverse, number 15. So Capricorn, interesting you got the Devil card because that's your own card showing up. You're showing up in your own reading for the present, or I should say for the future. So I'm actually going to read the present and the future together because there is this sense of you needing to be patient with whatever judgments are coming up in your life. I do feel like there's like a karmic release of like whatever hasn't been working for you or whatever you are trying to manifest in your life. There's like this, it's almost like you're holding your own self back. It's like you're waiting for a judgment, but it's almost like you and your own self are what is keeping the judgment from actually being able to unveil itself, if that makes sense. And the reason why I read those two together is because it feels like in the past, you maybe had some type of plan or you had some type of goals that you were trying to reach and you weren't able to reach them. You fell short of them, or maybe you didn't have all the information going forward. And maybe at this full moon in Virgo, you might get enlightened, or you might hear or meet people or stumble across some information that's really helpful for you. But it's almost like you won't be able to fully like trust where you're going until you like trust yourself. That's what I'm hearing. Like the Devil card, you showing up in your own reading is like the judgment that you're looking for isn't coming because you're too hard on yourself or you're too ego driven, meaning like you're worried about how you're looking from the outside as opposed to worrying about like just yourself and being more concerned about yourself. So Capricorn, I would say during this full moon in Virgo, any type of enlightenment that comes, whether it's messages, people, dreams, you stumble across some type of information, you hear a song that like brings up, you know, a memory. I really think this is going to be a time that you need to like focus on how you can use the energy in a positive way as opposed to kind of like you using it in more of a like knocking yourself down way. Because I feel like you're having a lot of angst with all the cards in reverse and you're not giving yourself enough movement and energy to focus on what is positive. And if the things are positive in your life, you're not really paying attention to them. So take this time, Capricorn, to really focus on what good is happening in the world and what is happening with you, and focus more on that. Okay, Capricorn, I hope you all have a good full moon in Virgo. Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope you all are doing well. We have... Ooh, your cards are kind of sticky. We'll see what that means. We have a lot of energy still in Aquarius. You all still have Saturn, Mars, and Venus in Aquarius. So you all have probably been getting some strong messages over these last few weeks. And at this full moon in Virgo, don't be surprised if you still continue to get more healing energies of how you can get focused. So you all had, it looked like it fell out upright. You all have the Two of Swords in the upright position. So I definitely think that there is going to be some type of news that maybe you have to make a decision about, or mentally maybe you have been thinking about options around something, but you're not quite sure what to choose. So let's see what comes up here. In the past, you have the Five of Cups in the upright position. So something maybe you were disappointed about, Six of Wands. So good to see that you're going to recover from that disappointment that you had with that Five of Cups here in the present. And in the future, you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So maybe something around your work, your finances. Let's see how this all looks together. So right away, Aquarius, I can see that there is this energy of like whatever it was that you were not sure how to proceed. This could have been something in the past where something didn't go your way and you were just focusing more on the Three Cups that were spilt, not realizing you still had Two Cups here in the present or behind you that were opportunities that maybe you missed or you just weren't paying attention. The Two of Swords is almost this energy of like you had two options or you had many options and you just weren't sure what to choose, and you actually feel like you either chose the wrong option or maybe you just feel like you were presented with options that you weren't quite sure how to move forward. But it looks like a really positive energy that you're stepping into at this full moon in Virgo, as if the universe is like, you're fine, you recovered, you don't have anything to worry about, you were able to recover fine, you have some celebratory people around you and energy, like they are cheering you on. So something you did, Aquarius, is going to come to light and you're going to be celebrated. So that's a really nice energy. And this Eight of Pentacles is like, maybe it's something at work, maybe there's something you've been working hard on and you finally get this celebratory news. This could be a raise, this could be just a promotion, or someone just telling you good job on how hard you've been working. With it in reverse though, I do sense that there's this energy of like you've been working so hard that you haven't experienced like your own almost like you're not paying attention to your own, what am I trying to say, like you're so focused on getting the work done that you're not focusing on like your achievements. And it's like the people around you want you to stop and smell the roses, but you're just like, I have to get this done, I have to get this done. So remember with that Eight of Pentacles, Aquarius, like take some time for yourself, take some time to realize like what you've built, what you have taken so much time and energy, maybe schooling, maybe, training to get to this point. And don't focus so much on what you don't know and focus more on the legacy that you're building. Excuse me. So I think that's a really nice energy, Aquarius. Excuse me. I look forward to seeing how this all plays out for you at this full moon in Virgo. Okay, Aquarius, I'll talk to you all later. Bye. Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope you all are doing well. You all have had a lot of energy going on with you all in your sign. Obviously, the sun is still in you all sign, as well as Neptune, Jupiter, and Mercury. So lots of Piscean energy going on for you all, and I hope you all have enjoyed your solar return this past season. Let's pull a past, present, and future spread and see what's going on for my Pisceans. All right, so in the past, we have the World card. So makes total sense for you all, Pisces. You all are the last sign of the zodiac. So many signs have been getting the World card. Just some type of closure, bringing to an end a cycle. In the present, you have the Five of Pentacles. So possibly you've been focusing on not having enough resources, not having enough money. But in the future, you have the Sun card. So that's really beautiful energy, Pisces. So Pisces, you have like probably the most straightforward reading of anyone here, because this is like, even if you were like brand new to tarot, you can pretty much see what happened here, right? So you have the World card where you have some cycle that has ended. This could be at work. This could be you practicing for some type of tournament, or there's something that you have reaped the rewards, you've gotten to the end, and now it's almost time to start anew. With the Five of Pentacles though, it's almost like now that you've ended this cycle, you're almost like you're focusing on all the negative. You're more worried about what you don't have, and you're like so concerned with, I don't have enough finances, or I don't know how I'm gonna, you know, get the certification I need because I need more money for that, or I'm trying to, you know, take a trip to go see my parents, but I just don't know how I'm going to get there. I just don't have enough money. There's something that you're focusing too much around what you don't have in the resource department. But the positive thing I would say about this card is that this church is actually like a warm place for you to go into. Like there is this opportunity if you can just pick your head up and look and see that there is this gleaming warmth behind that window, that instead of you having to be out in the snow, you could knock on the door and ask if you could come in, right? So that's what I'm feeling like with the sun card. I feel like the sun is like that warmth behind that window that's like, come on in, everything is fine. I know you were thinking that, you know, there was nowhere you could, you know, get that money that you needed, but somehow out of the blue, you got a raise, or someone came back to you of money that was owed to you. There's something that brightens your experience that you realize, you know what? I'm going to be okay. This cycle is going to be okay. And I think that's perfect for you, Pisces, because I think that sometimes you all have like a lot of doom and gloom in your life because you are at the end of the zodiac. You are at the end of this cycle. But with that sun card, really nice energies, nicest card in the deck. So you are definitely going to be coming into some really positive energy as we come into this full moon in Virgo. So I can't wait to see how this all plays out for you all. Okay, Pisces, I hope you all have a great full moon in Virgo. Hi, Aries. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope this message finds you well today. We're going to do a past, present, and future spread. Make sure if you haven't taken a look at those March 22 month ahead readings in the Scorpio Soul Time playlist that you go ahead and pop on down and see how those energies play out for you. Okay, Aries, we are coming into your sun season soon, so this will be interesting to see. So in the past, you have the Eight of Wands, so some type of news, information coming on in. In the present, you have the Six of Swords, so possibly needing to move away from something that's no longer serving you from a mental standpoint, moving to calmer waters. That's a really nice energy for the present. And in the future, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So that's some really beautiful energy. And you know who else got the Eight of Pentacles? I believe it was, I want to say it was Scorpio. It's either Scorpio or Aquarius, I believe, got the Eight of Pentacles in the future. So if you have any placements in either of those signs, Aries, you might want to take a look at their reading as well. But here I do see two eights. I think it's interesting that you have an Eight of Wands in the past and an Eight of Pentacles in the future. Both eights to me symbolize, anytime you have an eight, it's usually like the infinity symbol, or it's like this cycle that is taking you through, you know, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, kind of like that Wheel of Fortune type energy. But with this Eight of Wands in the past, Aries, I feel like you've had like a lot of information and energy around possibly your finances, your work, some type of project that you've been trying to get off the ground, but you've realized that you needed to move away from something that no longer is serving you. I don't know if you got a new job, if you've been looking for a new job, but somewhere it's going to pan out, because this Eight of Pentacles in the upright position is showing like you're finally working on your craft. You're able to like move away from all of this minutia of messages and information, and it feels like now you're like moving away from that heaviness into this Eight of Pentacles. And I think this is a really nice energy, Aries, as you all start your sun season or your solar return later on in March and going into April, because there is this nice progression of like all this heavy information and wands were flying. Remember, I think Aries, you all are the starting of a season, and especially with you being a fire sign, this Eight of Wands could represent you all and your energy of like what energy you've been working with. Like it's been a really tense and very hectic year so far, and it's like you're kind of like moving away from all of that, especially on the mental clarity. Like maybe you've gotten some clarity, you're moving away from that heaviness of so much information, and you're coming into your own here in this full moon in Virgo. So be prepared, Aries. I think this is going to be a really busy Aries season for you as you come up to your sun or solar return in the next couple of weeks, but it really looks like a positive progression of flow. So be looking forward to that full moon in Virgo and see what insights come up for you that you can use later on when your solar return occurs in a few weeks. Okay, Aries, it was a pleasure talking to you all, and I hope you all have a good full moon in Virgo. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope you all are doing well. We are going to pull a past, present, and future spread here. You all are actually one of the earth signs. The north node is trining along with that Pluto in Capricorn and that moon in Virgo. So really nice energy. Okay, you just had the Knight of Swords pop out. So you all are moving towards something very quickly. You are very headstrong. You want to get some action going on here with that Knight of Swords. So let's see what that means as we pull a past, present, and future. What I was saying with that grand trine, Taurus, is that with the north node in your sign, this could be a great time for manifesting money or some type of earthly resources manifesting. So let's see what comes out for you all. So in the past, Taurus, you have the World card. Many signs are getting the World card in the past, which makes total sense with the sun in Pisces, ending a season, ending a cycle. That makes a lot of sense. You have the Seven of Wands in the present. So you're working hard on getting something done. This could be something dealing with your work. It could be something at home. Let's see what's going on in the future. In the future, you have the Queen of Wands. So interesting that you have both the Queen and the Seven of Wands. So some type of passion project, Taurus, you all are working hard. I do want to say with this Knight of Swords, be careful not to rush into anything too quickly before you're able to actually research it. Make sure you're not just signing contracts and going things on a whim. I say that because I also feel like with this Seven of Wands, you feel like you're doing a lot of things on your own. Sometimes Seven of Wands can be like this theme of like feeling like the world is against you, like you just are trying to fight back all of these wands and it's just you against the world. And so I don't want you to like rush hastily into anything. That Knight of Swords rushed out and the Seven of Wands came up in the present. So just be careful at this full moon in Virgo, Taurus, that you're thinking through what you need to do before you're rushing into any type of project. If someone asks you to do anything at work, just take your time and really understand, like, you know, ask questions if you don't really understand everything, because I really feel like you're ending a cycle on a really good note here with the World card, and with the Queen of Wands, there is this energy like you're gonna be able to handle it all like a boss. Like you're gonna be great, but it's almost like how you handle it will dictate how you come across as the Queen of Wands. Meaning like if you like just rush into everything and you don't really handle your business right, it feels like once you get to the future with the Queen of Wands, you're not going to be set up for success like you would have been if you would have just taken your time in this middle section here with the present. So I would say at this full moon in Virgo, Taurus, especially with you all being part of that grand earth trine, take your time and figure out what you need to work on, what steps you need to methodically do to come to a realization of what is necessary to move to the next step. I feel like this Queen of Wands is waiting for you in the future, but it's like she's only going to be there if you take care of your business here in the present, which would be at this full moon in Virgo. So take a look at your sun, moon, and rising sign, Taurus, and just see how this information plays out with your other portions of your life. Okay, Taurus, I hope you all have a great full moon in Virgo. Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope you all are doing well. We are going to pull a past, present, and future spread to see how this energy plays out for you all. Ooh. Your cards are kind of skipping around, and they're not very, it's not a clear message. So let's see what we can do here. What's going on with our Geminis? You all have had the first one that's kind of like doesn't play well in the sandbox. You have the High Priestess in reverse. Maybe some type of intuitive messages will be coming to you, Gemini, during this full moon in Virgo. All right. All right, Gemini, so let's see what's going on with you in the past. In the past, you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. In the present, you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And in the future, you have the Knight of Wands upright. So Gemini, to me, it already seems like there are some type of messages that are possibly trying to reach you during this full moon in Virgo. Anytime you get the High Priestess, it usually has to do with some type of intuitive messages, dreams. You're connected more to maybe past loved ones who have, you know, moved on to the other side. With it in reverse, maybe your dreams are kind of foggy, especially with all this Piscean energy. Maybe things aren't coming as clear as you would like them. There is this sense though with the Nine and the Three of Pentacles in reverse that there's something you've been working hard on, maybe with your tribe, your friends, something at work. There's some kind of community aspect of working and wanting to focus on almost like whatever you have accomplished at work, you're wanting to share it with your friends. But with it, both of these cards in reverse in the past and in the present, at this full moon in Virgo, just be really mindful of like your peers or your friends and colleagues at work, and just see like how people are feeling around this time, and be like respectful of like, even if you're enjoying the fruits of your labor, like are you able to teach, or are they able to teach you? There's some type of like message around who you work with. You all maybe talking about salary, money, something with that going on here with the past and the present. With that Knight of Wands, Gemini, you are raring to go about something. And I would say, especially with the Aries energy coming up in later part of March and into April, pay attention to like your feelings and what there's some kind of project that you're like really excited about. But my concern is like you're not like reading the room, meaning like I'm not sure if like you were working with your colleagues and possibly you're ready to go, but they're not. Something with this all being in reverse is almost like there's a little bit of tension around maybe your resources at work, or one of you gets a project and maybe one of you doesn't. So just pay attention, Gemini, as you move through this full moon in Virgo energy. Make sure you're paying attention to like messages that you're hearing. Possibly someone's trying to like give you little hints of like paying better attention at work, paying better attention when you're with your team, because there's something that you're going to be trying to do, or someone around you is going to be trying to do in a hasty manner, and you just need to pay attention to what that is. Okay, full moon in Virgo, good luck to you all, Geminis. I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye. Hey Cancers, welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope you all are doing well. We are going to pull a past, present, and future spread here and see how this energy plays out for you all. All right, Cancer, your cards felt a lot smoother than some of the other signs, so hopefully that's a that's a good omen. All right, Cancerian. So in the past, you have the Five of Swords. Possibly some kind of strife, or you all were in some type of incident. Maybe this is you and some colleagues. Thank goodness it's in the past. In the present, you have the Page of Swords. So some type of messages, some type of clarity, possibly trying to come on in with it in reverse. Maybe you're not getting the clarity or messages in a timely manner. In the future, you have the Four of Wands in reverse. So I definitely felt some kind of positive energy was going to come on in, but you can see it is in reverse. I do think Gemini or Cancer, it's interesting that I just said Gemini because I almost feel like this Page of Swords and this Five of Swords, possibly you either are dealing with a Gemini or you all need to listen to the Gemini reading that I just read. If you all have Gemini placements, make sure and listen to that reading as well. But with the Five of Swords and Page of Swords here, I'm kind of feeling, Cancer, that there is this energy around someone trying to get away with something possibly around you. Someone was trying to give you like some hints around it, but you weren't either listening, or this was you've been the person trying to tell someone else that there's some kind of information that they need. But I do feel like there's like this positive twist to it, almost like you didn't know that this was going to happen, but like you're feeling much better about how you enter into this full moon in Virgo and move into Aries season. So Cancer, I would pay attention if there's like anyone around you who is like maybe showing some kind of affection. I'm not saying this is like a love reading, but I do think that there's this positive energy about some type of union that comes out of this strife of the past. And it's good that this has been left to the past, because there's almost like someone trying to tell you like you need to get rid of this person out of your life so that you can move on and be happier. Since it is in reverse, it's almost like it might not happen as quickly as you would like, but it is like changing energy. So that's kind of nice. It started off as this almost like something like maybe jealousy or strife of the past. Messages came on in, and then you were able to kind of turn it around, and it's just going to take you being really like cognizant of like what those energies were, and don't let them creep back up so that you can have happiness in the future. Okay, Cancer, I think you all will have a great full moon in Virgo. Just pay attention to people around you. All right, I'll do. Hi, Leo. Welcome to your full moon in Virgo reading. I hope you all are doing well. We are going to pull a past, present, and future spread for you all and see how these energies are playing out for your sign. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on with you all. All right, in the past, you have the Seven of Cups in the upright position. In the present, you have the Death card, number 13, Major Arcana card. And in the future, you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Several signs have gotten this Eight of Pentacles in that future, which makes sense with the Taurus North Node placement. But I will say, Leo, with the Seven of Cups in the past, there's some kind of decisions you needed to make in the past. I'm not sure if you were presented with a lot of options, whether you're looking for a job or you're looking for some type of emotional support, but you're having like all these different cups to choose from. With the Death card in the present, don't be surprised at this full moon in Virgo if you all have some kind of enlightenment around what it is in your own self that needs to die, needs to move away, needs to, maybe you find that in yourself you no longer need, you know, a bad habit, or there's something that you've been doing for a long time that it's time to let go of. This Death card is telling you it's time for you to move on from that piece of you. And possibly you get that clarity from picking one of these cups from the past in order to get to this Death card. But in the future, you do have this 8 of Cups in reverse. So possibly this is something dealing with work or some type of project you've been working on, some type of hobby. There's somewhere that you're needing to like come to grips with, you know, no longer need, maybe something that is no longer serving you, but now you're able to put more attention towards your work. Maybe you're now feeling a better gratification at work. I think that this is a really good reading, Leo. I think at this full moon in Virgo, you might get some insight as to what this Death card represents and what you're ready to let go of. I think once you let go of that, your work or whatever projects are going to become a lot more satisfying and not quite like grunt work once you can move past that Death card. Okay, Leo, I hope you all have a great full moon in Virgo.